Video, we're going to go over the number one thing you need to understand to manifest more money. Now, I know that everyone who knows about law of attraction and manifesting money, that you know about, you just have to ask, believe, receive. You have to believe, and that you have to be able to feel into the having of it. Feel into the having of it. But how the hell do you feel into it if you've never had it before, right? So I'm literally going to break down the simplest thing that you need to understand to start getting more money. If you didn't have a grandparent who had money, an aunt, uncle, mom, and dad, you didn't have anyone, you grew up in a poor neighborhood, this is going to help everyone. And the biggest thing that you need to understand about manifesting, when they talk about where are you, admit where you are right now, and admit where you want to be. I'm broke as fuck, and I have no idea how to make money, and I know I'd like to have more money in my life. You have to admit both. You don't admit where you're starting from, how can your GPS Google Maps navigate the direction to get you there? If you don't admit your starting point, if you're ignoring your starting point, your inner being, your soul, your higher self can't start guiding you there. If you don't admit your end goal, those people who, I shouldn't want more money, I should be more modest, I should appreciate and be thankful where I have, then you're not meeting your end goal. I'm broke as fuck, I don't know how to make money, and no, I don't want any more money. I hate being down here, but I don't want to go up there. You gotta have both, guys. It's okay to have desires and to want more. Okay. So the next thing, this is the biggest thing, you guys have to recognize that it's about the journey of getting there, the journey of getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready, or how I like to say it, that was from my Abe Hicks followers, the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step. Step 3 of law of attraction, the receiving mode, is all about either receiving the end destination, the $1 million you want, the 100,000 you want, the 10 million you want, but maybe you just want $1,000. It's about receiving that, and it's also about receiving the steps along the way. And can you celebrate that first step as if it were the end goal? So if someone says, oh man, I think you got to learn to budget, you have to receive that for the knowledge, the number one vibration that it is. When you take a step to read a book for financial education, for financial literacy, boom, you're now closer to having that mill. You read a book, Dave Ramsey is one I recommend. There's another one, I'm forgetting the name of his, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I can't remember the name of the author at the moment. There's more books out there, but that's a starting point for some people who are just starting. The more that you take a step to educate yourself on the topic, the more that you're there. Because once you're informed about the moves to make, then you make the move and then you get it. But if you're down there bitching and complaining about, my mom never taught me, my mom and dad grew poor, and those psychology studies show that you don't outgrow your parents. School never taught me this. School didn't teach me taxes. School taught me about parallelograms. You guys need to stop that 100% if you want to manifest money, and here's why. Do you really think that some institution is supposed to teach you everything you need to know for your whole life between the ages of 5 to 18? Maybe you went to post school, but 5 to 18 is the mandatory schooling in a lot of first world countries. Okay, first off, guys, there's people in third world countries that are looking at Google and YouTube videos to make he made a wind panel to provide electricity to his house. And how did he do that? By watching videos, by reading, by experimenting, by doing. He took the little steps. He didn't just go, but I was born into a third world country and there's no infrastructure here and the government is corrupt. No, he's like, I want electricity. How do I get it? Oh, here's a guy who has a video. Let me watch it. Guys, you have to start taking steps to start educating yourselves on money. What? Credit card. Okay, let me give you an example of a client that I was recently working with. She had some late charges on her bank account. Or not late charges, overdraft fees. And I told her, I was like, you absolutely need to call the bank and ask them to see if they can get them waived. You have to learn to manage your money. You have to learn that if you get a late fee, can you call them and see if you can get it waived? Can you call the bank and say, hey, look, I was traveling a lot. and my expenses kind of caught up with me because I was kind of traveling in a rush. I was wondering if you could take any kind of compassion for the situation away of some of those fees for me. It's that simple, guys. They either say yes or they say no. If they say no, who the hell cares? It's some person working at a call center following instructions that they've been given on a computer. Yes, no. Like, trust me, they're not judging you. They don't give a fuck. Ooh. There's no shame, there's no this or that. A smart businesswoman, a savvy financial person calls to see if they can get the best deal. I'm not talking about haggling or trying to rip the other person off, but I'm talking about like, hey, like, can you give me a better rate on that hotel? No? Okay, fine. I still want to stay there. Yeah? Oh, awesome. Thank you. Sometimes you have to become the journey of getting ready. The person who like has no money, or maybe you have middle income money, but you want to go higher. You have to be willing to become the person who talks about money, who looks at her bank account, who calls around to different credit cards company to see what the offer is. But read that book, I'll Teach You to Be Rich. He teaches you about that kind of stuff in there. You know, the person who has money knows how to make a budget. The person who's going to be learning how to make money starts reading books on investments, index funds, low mutual funds. You have to read those books so that you can educate yourself, so you can be in a better situation to be able to earn more money. There are, maybe if you're working in the corporate world, watch articles, watch YouTube videos about how to negotiate for a higher salary. I'll make a video at that at some point. But the point of this video was to kind of like wake you up a bit and help you realize that it's something that you're going to have to self-educate on. You're going to have to self-educate on this topic. Or you can stay right where you're at, complaining. And I was there too, so I get it, okay? I was there. My parents took me out to buffets every day and would just swipe it on their credit card. So of course I have credit card debt. Yeah, so that's your starting point. Whatever your parents or whatever taught you, yeah, that's your starting point. Can you be like that guy who built a wind, I don't know what they're called, not a solar panel, a wind turbine or something to provide electricity to his house? Can you be like that guy and start taking the steps in the journey? Love you guys. Hope this helped.